and I don't understand it. Man, I've been praying for some answers. How you supposed to get up while you laid out on the canvas? I've been afraid, panic takes my breath away. Asthma, never cave in, there will be better days after. One hell of a ride, I've been through hell and the fire. From the depths of my despair with nowhere for me to hide. And they say that life is hard, it ain't easy getting by, but sometimes it takes the lows to appreciate the highs. As I reach for the sky, we climb and leave our demons behind. Searching for peace of mind, here's a piece of my mind. I think we should read between the lines, go and redefine the reason why that we're even alive. Some believe in God, and some believe in chance. Regardless of the past, I think that there's better days ahead, and I believe in that.
Never goes as I planned it. I can tell you 1,000,000 things that didn't go my way. And if you thought you ever had it, getting up, make it a habit. You better take your shots, or some things will never change. If you want better days, if you want better days, better days, better days.
Sometimes I like a little rain on a sunny day. Sometimes I like a little pain and to run away. Sometimes I wish I could explain what they done to me, but I don't even know myself what I'm gonna say. It's like 70 degrees, about to go outside. I've been waiting for the spring, maybe it could lift me. Ain't seen friends in a minute, I don't know my guys. I've been inside with my girl, only one that gets me, yeah. Know that that's cliche, but we all deserve a little sappy, happy day. Mine like a New York sentence, always got the sun involved. I worry about the day though that I'll have no one to call, yeah. I think about that all the time. Make progressions, then I always seem to fall behind. Was a skeptic, but thought no way we could all be blind. Until this year, now I'm like, nah, we ain't gonna all be fine, yeah. But I got reason to believe that the sun gon' shine. Reason to believe I might let things go. Think it's all a scheme when my run don't climb. Afraid of losing steam, gotta let wings grow, yeah. La 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 la. Hey, hey. Think we might gone too far, but I can't fix it all today. 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 La 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 la. Trying to hammer and wrench shit that needs finessing. In an era when we treat facts like suggestions. I'd like to leave my care behind, and it's tempting. But this little soul of mine, oh my, he's relentless. Used to babysit their feelings, then I would fence it. Now I'm on the other side, like fuck it guys, I meant it. Yeah, that fresh air smell make me pensive. Make me feel I could at least forgive if not forget shit. Cause I think I really might make it out where I thought I'd be stuck. And I ain't really trying to fake it no more, no, it's all about the love, yeah. And I've seen it and felt it. I've caught a glimpse at a free without selfish. And if I can't build a home there before the ice caps melted, well shit, at least I got reason to believe that the sun gon' shine. Reason to believe I might let things go. Think it's all a scheme when my run don't climb. Afraid of losing steam, gotta let wings grow, yeah. La 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 la. Hey, hey. Think we might gone too far, but I can't fix it all today.
What it do, baby boo? It's Wednesday, my guys. I got the 4 S's done this morning. Shit, shower, shave, stream. That's how my days go. I figured I'd skip Monday. I was kind of, obviously, Horizon Zero Dawn came out. I keep saying Horizon Zero Dawn. It's Horizon Forbidden West. I wish they just went like Horizon 2 or something. That's what I'll call it from now on. And I started The Good Place with my sister, so we've just been watching that. There hasn't been really anything to talk about in the market. Obviously, people are freaking out, wanting me to come on stream. The reason being is they're just freaking out. For me, until we break back below, 21.55 on ETH and 33,000 on BTC, I'm looking at this as kind of like if it was a 1-2 pullback. Let me go ahead and switch over. Also, surprise, I got a haircut. I'm looking snazzy. I'm feeling fantastic. I really am. I started the fasting protocol on Saturday of last week, and so far I'm down like 18 pounds. I'm a little bit up today just because I kind of binged yesterday. I didn't break the fast yesterday. I just ate more than I probably should have. But right now I'm doing like a 6-hour eating window. Hopefully in a couple weeks I'll go down to a 4. And then my target weight is, I want to say like 165 to be realistic, but I would like to be 155 just for like BMI's sake. And then right now I am 202. I started at like 220 pretty much. So I'm feeling myself. Dude, and I read somewhere that every pound that you lose is 4 pounds off your knee joints. So I just been walking around my knees more, you know, doing little bounces and stuff. Because technically I've lost like what, like 80 pounds for my knees? My knees are feeling great, guys. My knees are enjoying life. So hopefully you guys aren't freaking out. Like I said, all right, don't be taking trades willy-nilly. If we're past the A points, there's nothing to do. All right, right here was the last position that I took on BTC because I thought that maybe we were going to have a little smaller time frame ABC, come back above this line, and then start moving forward back above the original A. We came down a lot further than we intended. All right, I'm not really scared at this point in time. Like I said, it's obviously us being above 40K and 41.7K on BTC is goals, but you can't always get what you want. And like I said, as long as we don't go back below this original low point of 33,000, this could be turning into a 1-2 structure. I mean, if we take the fibs across this from the beginning to the top here, we can see. Let me make sure I'm not covering it up real quick. Let me pull this out a little bit. We can see that we are pretty much in the 0.382, 0.441 region, as we should be. And then that would leave us with a 1.618 target of 56,000. Like I said, I don't think 56,000 is what will actually hit, like, you know, off the first cuff. I think, you know, we'll probably land somewhere more around 52, but 1.618 target is 56,000, so maybe we'll see a little bit higher highs than 52,000. Now that's the interesting region. Like as far as right now, I am still planning that we're going to get to 52,000. Past that point, it's kind of any man's game. It could turn into a larger ABC structure, and we can see lower lows past 33,000, much further lower lows. Obviously, first target would be 28, but we could even see past that. Now, if we do happen, I think we're going to see a rejection of 52,000 anyways. But when we get back down to the $41,700 region, if we do, I will be hedging longs because then that would be a gigantic macro head and shoulders. Also, it'll be building a gigantic ABC A, and then the move down from 52,000 would be our B. I can demonstrate that right here. So obviously this is our most important level at the point in time, so I'll keep that up there. I'm thinking that right now we have an A to the upside, we have a B to the downside, and we have a C moving to the upside pretty soon. I don't have an entry point at these lower lows here. Just nothing looks appetizing to me personally. I think the only thing I can really stand on would be 41.7 right now. As far as Ethereum, if we did happen to get back down to 2,575, I think that's a good place for him to pick some up. We can see a much more definitive ABC structure around that point right here. Let me go ahead and delete the original real quick so it's easier to see. But I didn't pick that up, unfortunately. I was just distracted. Like I said, I've been playing video games, watching TV with my sister, just waiting on the market to do something. Trying to stay away from all the hectic. I mean, anywhere where you go right now, all you see is news about Biden's crypto regulations. That's the big buzzword they're using. We haven't heard jack shit about what's in that thing, so there's no reason for it to sway your opinions at all. It could be something good. It could be mundane like it usually is, where it doesn't really affect much, but the news is really what affects price action. Or it could be bad. It could be anything So why give credence to it ahead of time when we know absolutely nothing about it? Anybody that says they do, they don't. All right, they're speculating. That's what the name of the game is. All right, so for me, I go off the charts. Right now, like I said, we have a 1-2 structure. Everything's looking fine and dandy. Obviously, we're not where we want to be, but things can easily change. We're not too far away from where we need to be in order to see things start moving in the right direction. Well, it's not the right direction. It's just the direction that I hope to see. So like I said, this was an opportunity on ETH that I unfortunately missed. Now for sushi could be the saving grace here. We just need to come back up a little bit further, back above $3.78 to trigger this macro ABC for obviously the larger one in play right here. Like I said, I'm playing sushi as if it's a gigantic macro trade. And there's a lot of potential, I think, in it. So I'm definitely, like I said, I'm not counting on it in terms of like, it's my only hope, but I would really like to see that come into play. It's going to be a lot of profit if it doesn't work out. So we covered BTC, what I'm hoping to see. Covered ETH, covered sushi. And we'll take a look at the SPY and everything like that. And I think the market, like if you look at the market as a whole, like I said before, when we were pulling back here earlier, I thought that there was a potential that we would put in a lower low. So, I mean, BTC is sitting in a 1-2 structure like it usually likes to do. Whereas with the US 100, the SPY hasn't put in a lower low yet. So we'll see how things go. But the ABCs on the US 100 pretty much always require a lower low to move further. I mean, if we just look back at price action. So there might be a potential run to the upside here. This is usually like the best time to buy. So like, I believe the reason why ABCs work is because it's like the last echelon where you can break people's mentality. All right, so you already went down, you had a massive run to the downside, you put in a low, you got some hopium back into the market, and then boom, you put in another lower low. Most people look at that as an absolutely terrible thing, and we're going to dump to the downside any day now. But that's usually the best time for these things to solidify. So, reason being, I think that this might, obviously we could run down just a little bit further to the downside and put in a slightly lower low. But this would be the point to look out for. As long as the US 100 is back above 1360, well, 13,672, I think we're good to go. Like I said, I mean, if we look at this, we do have a lower low. Actually, my number was wrong. It's a little bit higher. 13,731. We did put in a lower low, but I don't think it's enough. I think we might have to go just a little bit lower, and we should be good. Now, if we do, hopefully that would give us some sort of setup on BTC that I should be able to enter on. Maybe we'll go back down and retest on ETH at that point that I was talking about earlier. And then hopefully we get something like this, because all these little kicks to the upside, they just weren't what I was looking for. This one was the first one I tried because it was relative to the price action that had been set up. But past that point, no. So if we do happen to put in a lower low, that should be my entry for the larger ABC setup right here. And that's what I'll be looking for. That's what I'm kind of planning on in the market. Like I said, I'm still pretty confident on us going to the upside, but at 52,000 in the retracement back down, it is any man's game. It could turn into a massive head and shoulders with enormous upside, or it could be doomsday. Either or. We'll have a couple hedge positions set up because we can kind of see that one coming from a mile away. Murdering Buck. He's the dude. He's the dude I showed you my Discord chats of. I didn't intentionally show them the Discord chats. It popped up on screen, and I had to explain why you said that you wanted to sniff my feet so bad. But now you see. Give me a kiss on the forehead and tuck me into bed. How dare you? Murdering Monk's also going to be joining me on my fasting journey. I think he's are you starting yours today or tomorrow? It's relative to what your Discord message said. Doxing me. Whatchamacallit. But if anybody guys are looking for a game to play, Horizon Forbidden West, pretty good. It was a big change of pace because I've been playing Dying Light 2, and the movement in that game is so fluid. So it was kind of weird jumping down to a game like that where it's a little bit more rigid. But no, it's really fun. Hopefully they got some DLC coming out for it, because now that I played it, man, they set up, and the storyline is great between the two games. Usually like they're kind of broken, or they just start a whole new storyline. No, it's a cohesive storyline starting from 1 to 2, and they've already set it up for a third game. So I'm sad now. I'm gonna have to wait like another 6 years for this game to come out, the next one. And dude, I have not taken my medicine today in terms of like the Adderall. All this energy that's coming out of me is purely just from fasting. It's a miracle drug. Like, I swear to God, man, I don't know why it took me so long to get back on track with it. Like, I really don't. I'm mad at myself. But I've lost some good weight. I'm feeling great. And hopefully like in 2-3 more months I'm to my target weight. And yeah, I feel good. Also, the numbness and tinglingness in my ring finger and pinky finger have died down substantially. I don't know if that has to do with the weight being lifted off my back, metaphorically and physically. And my discs can kind of elongate, because my doctor said it was from a pinched nerve. So maybe that's the issue. Or if I was starting to get diabetes, hopefully I'd turn that shit around. Your views on sushi, please? We just covered it. I don't know if, but thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. We just covered it. So I'm looking for sushi to get back above $3.79. And from there, I'm holding that entry. Now, I'll think about maybe hedging once Bitcoin gets to 52. But in terms of like where my take profit's going to be on that, that is way to be determined, because this might be one of those trades that you only get once a year, maybe. The dude who's in chat with my logo is not me. Hopefully you guys have like 2 brain cells to rub together to figure that out, but it's not. So let me go ahead and hide this user on this channel. You think the Great Reset is coming? I don't think the Great Reset... Alright, so like conspiracy corner time, okay? So, let's think about the New World Order, what it's supposed to be. All right, it's supposed to be this cabal of people that want to take over the entire world called the globalists. All right, so they want a one world government. All right, so do you think they're just going to do it, or is it going to happen slowly? Well, it makes more sense to happen slowly, right? So with the Great Reset, I don't think it's going to be a gigantic dump in the stock market one day. It's going to be a slow burn. Maybe there's going to be some up years, some down years, but it's all about taking the wealth out of regular people's hands and put it in corporations so the corporations can rent it back to the regular people. That's the intended purpose of it. Also, side note, I think the New World Order is a bunch of bullshit. It's a government plant. Just my personal opinion, all right? I'm all for a one world government where everybody can cross borders freely, and everybody is encouraged to trade with one another and learn each other's languages and cooperate. I think that's a great thing, don't you think? Obviously with a totalitarian government, it doesn't quite work, but I think that most people want that. But if they make most people think that it's a bad thing by making it think it's coming from the government themselves, then it's reverse psychology. It's a plant. All right. They're convincing you that you don't want something that actually everybody needs. Just my personal opinion. Maybe we got different definitions of what the New World Order is. I get that. But I think everybody working together and being nice to one another is a good thing. I don't know, is that just a generalized statement, or is that not shared among most people? ICP? Every time someone says this coin, I just think of Insane Clown Posse. You got a nice ABC setup on ICP, I will say. You got a fat one, and then you got a skinny one on the C wave, which is pretty much exactly what you want to see. You got A, you got B, you got C, and then on the C wave, you got A, you got B, you got C. So, I mean, you got a nice setup. I know you see it. Now, it is an altcoin, so don't be surprised if you get some chop along this line. Alright? With this type of coin, you should get a bigger stop loss, though. Sorry, I shaved today, and there's hair stuck in here, so it's like prickling my neck. How's the Benz doing? I haven't taken it into the shop. I'm still waiting on them to give me the go-ahead that they got the part in. I'm getting the window seal replaced on my driver's side because it's the window bent it, so you can hear outside noise. Not a lot. Like, it's not like a whistle or anything like that, which is good. It's just, it's not like the enclosed cabin feel that you should get with a S-Class. I gotta text them because I think they forgot. Hey! What are you doing? Loud as hell. This dude. But as always, I'll probably only be on here for like maybe another 20-30 minutes. Because I told my sister as soon as I'm done, we're going to start watching season 3 of The Good Place. Like, you can definitely tell that show was inspired by psychedelics. Because all it's talking about is moral philosophy and trippy stuff. It's a great show. Very funny. Very funny. I haven't seen it in like 6 years probably. I don't know when the first season came out, but I forgot like most of the jokes, so it's almost like brand new to me, which is great. Love to see it. I remember like the general plot line of it, but not all the ins and outs. Dude. Have to stop. It's back there eating his butt. And it's loud. Like it's stupid loud. Nah, but if on a serious note, that is something that I truly think. I think that like in the early 2000s on the rise of the internet, it just takes a couple of like people to start the conspiracy that the government wants to form a one world government, to make it seem like people like, and then it spread like wildfire. Like early YouTube was conspiracy ridden. I mean, just look at society nowadays. It's nothing but conspiracies. Obviously, you got true ones, or like stuff that has a little bit more grit to it. But then you got crazy shit too. And I think that kind of falls like somewhere in the middle. And I think that if you convince enough people that that's what the government wants to do, they're going to resist anything that goes along with that, which is perfect because the US doesn't want to work with China. Russia doesn't want to work with the United States. These superpowers, they don't want to form into one superpower. It doesn't make any sense. So if they convince people that they don't want that, or the people convince themselves that they don't want that, it will never happen. Which, it just makes sense for it to happen. Like I've said on here a couple times, that if there is aliens that are advanced enough to like get across the galaxy, that means one thing: that there was no war. Because a civilization can't live that long if they have war. They're going to always blow themselves up. So at some point they realized that's fucking stupid. Like, just think about it. You were born out of the dust of space, ended up trillions of light years away from the original starting point, formed into a meat computer that was able to get software that convinced itself it has a name and a backstory, and you just want to fight with the other meat computers. Like, we're on a gigantic floating rock. Like, why are we fucking around fighting each other? Why can't we do cool shit? Cool shit is way better. People be stupid sometimes, and I don't know why, because people also be incredibly smart sometimes. Ridiculous. You talking about the story of Buddha right now? Like, unprompted, you just wrote the story of Buddha? I like that. I do watch Righteous Gemstones. It's a great show. Absolutely incredible show. It's been absolutely like nothing but bangers. You had Peacemaker on every week. You had Righteous Gemstones, which I think is still running. I forgot a couple others. You got South Park going now. You had Woman in the Window. You had Archive 81. There was so much. There's so much good shit to watch. Distract yourself from the charts while you're waiting for setups. There's so much stuff to watch right now. Also, if you guys got Hulu and you haven't seen a show called 9 Perfect Strangers, also a really good show. Well, here's the thing, like, it's not so much that one poop ruins the pool party, because, I mean, like, humanity's not a poop in a pool party, right? If someone's fucking up and someone's bad, one, like, time will always take care of it. Eventually they're going to die. And I think the whole point is, like, if we want to change the world, very cliche, it has to start with the children. I hate that I just said that, but like, if they're raised with love and compassion, and they're raised to treat others with love and compassion, they're going to raise their kids to do that. Right now, we just raise our kids to be angry and consumerist or brainwashed. One of the two. I don't know, man. It sucks. It sucks. How the hell does the Buddha story parallel the situation to the Benz window? Only you did. Only you. I decided that once I get down to 175, I'm putting these away for good. Because at that point, like, my cardiovascular system will be good again. My lipid count will be good. Like, my body will be functioning absolutely flawlessly, except for my lungs. So that would be the next step towards that. So I'm gonna miss these things because they're fantastic, but they gotta go. They gotta go. Oh, Mr. Robot is a good show as well. You don't have to be a fan of John Cena. All right, he's playing a character, man. You're giving up like an incredible show for like 2%. It's not just John Cena. There's so many other characters that are great, like Eagly, which isn't even a character. It's like CGI. Still staring at insane clown posse right now. You know, Redhead Netherlands are supreme race. Dude, where's Wim Hof from? Is he from the Netherlands or Denmark or? I'm not sure. He's the supreme race. And that's the thing, like, it's not just he was born the supreme race, he just worked towards it. Dude's a beast. Have you tried the Oculus? I had an Oculus twice, actually. I bought one and then I was gifted one. And each time I kind of just gave it up because, yeah, it's fun and there's a couple games on it that you can play for a very long time and have some good fun with it. But eventually it just gets old. It's not that good. Obviously, there was VR chat where if, like, you're really into that kind of stuff, you can have perpetual fun with it for pretty much forever. But it just wasn't my thing. But the two games I think were the best was Gorn and Beat Saber. I feel like those were the best games ever for it. Everything else is weird. And there's a couple games like Gorn that also probably would be on that list if I played them. Can we do Sushi Long right now? I don't know, can we? You waiting on my confirmation? I don't give financial advice. For me personally, I'm just waiting for it to get back above $3.79. Once that happens, I can go ahead and hop into a long off this macro ABC here. Now, if we do happen to put another lower low off of $3.11, maybe I'll try to take something, but I'm not going to put too much credence on it. Like I said, the US 100 looks good, but I do think there needs to be one more move to the downside, and then it makes a little bit larger lower low. And then after we get back above 13,731, we should be good. Yeah, but then, like, I have a movie theater set up. You know, I got a 65-inch OLED. I got a nice couch. I don't have surround sound or anything like that, but why, you know, with the Oculus, you're just watching a low-res movie at that point. I just don't think it's fun. I get the appeal. Like, obviously when, you know, Neuralink can hijack your sensorial system and put you in a virtual movie theater with, you know, like 90K resolution, yeah, okay. Then I'll give up my setup for the for the virtual one, but not until then. Do you think Mando or Boba's better? That is a hard question because I really like Mando when it started to get more into, like, you know, the dark saber and Grogu starting to, you know, show his stuff and all that kind of stuff. And so I like Mando better, but Book of Boba had, despite it being Book of Boba, had a lot of dark saber and a lot of Grogu doing cool shit. So as of right now, I like Boba better. Boba Beda. I like Boba Beda. And Boba had a lot more cool battle scenes. I felt like they were kind of dumbed down. Like each time they had a fight, like a firefight, it just felt like there wasn't enough like people on the field, so to speak. But it might have had a lower budget than Mando, just because they were trying it out, seeing if people liked it. But because they correlate between the two, I think next season for Book of Boba, you'll have a lot better scenes with a lot more budget. BTC tanking? It's tanking? We're tanking. I hope so. Like I said, if we do happen to put in a new lower low off of 36, that's the only place I can really enter besides if we get back up to 41.5, 41.6. So I hope we go put in a new lower low. Otherwise, I'm just missing out on, this 14% of price action. Can you explain how you exit your hedge and when? So it's up to you. Like I said, there's two different types of hedges. There's one where you have a main opinion of where the market is going and you have an open trade for that direction. And then you're simply taking a hedge and taking profit on it short term and then letting the original trade ride. Or you have two hedges that are battling each other out. You hold either or until one of them gets stopped out and the other one continues. There is no perfect way to do it. You're kind of just playing based off of what you feel is best. Me personally, it depends on which situation I'm in. Sometimes I don't have a concurrent view on what I think the market is going to do, so I have two battling positions. Otherwise, I take profit short term, and usually that's done off an ABC short or an ABC long, targeting the 0.441 of said ABC. So, like I said, if we do happen to continue on the trajectory that I think we will, going up to 52,000, I'll be taking a short from there. And if we return back down to 41.7K, then from there, I'll be taking a long. And at that point, I'm simply going to be holding both of those trades until one of them works out, because it's any man's game at that point. It could go back down to $28,000 or lower, or we could put in a gigantic head and shoulders and continue to move to the upside and possibly break a new all-time high. It depends on where you're at in the market and what you feel is more likely. It's not something that is set in stone and you can get it right every single time. Sometimes it will work perfectly and in your favor, and sometimes it's just a big fuck up. Just how things go. That's the market. If we could accurately determine what was the best move at every single point in time, we'd all be billionaires. It doesn't work like that. It's a probability of a long period of time, and you keep at it. That's all it is. I've had a lot of successful accounts, and this one has just been kind of sitting dry. Yeah, we're still above where we were when we started, but it's been a good couple months of just kind of battling the market. Shit sucks, and I agree. This is not easy, but this is realistic. You want to stick to larger structures, but it's also depending on what you really originally opened it up on. If you're playing on the 5-minute time frame, you probably want to play 5-minute ABCs. There's that. But I would say stick to the 15-minute, 30-minute. Now for me, it's kind of weird because when I talk about the 15-minute, I'm usually talking about it from a 4K perspective. All right, on a 4K screen, I can see a lot with a 15-minute chart. Or if you're on a 1080p or on a phone, you can't see much. So the perspective is way different despite being on the same time frame. So you also have to ask yourself that question. So if you're on a 1080p screen, you might need to be on the 30-minute or the hourly to get the same perspectives as someone has a 4K screen. Monk said, Cena is actually an amazing actor. Don't at me. I need to order some food. My eating window started at 12. So I need some food in me. I'm wasting time here. I did get some snacks though. I went downstairs, ate a couple pickles, and then I got sliced pickles. So when I say ate a couple, it's not like I just ate like 5 spears. That's a lot of sodium. But I need something more. I don't care what my screen is. It's an Alienware 240 hertz. It might be the same one I got. Is it a little bit smaller? Because I have an Alienware 240 hertz. I'm telling you right now, if it's a 240 hertz, it's probably 1080p. I don't think they make. They might make 1440p 240 hertz at this point in time, but they definitely don't make 4K 240 hertz. I think 4K only goes up to 120. I don't even think there's a HDMI or DisplayPort that can support 4K 240 hertz. Are you cautious on how you break your fast? No. So the way that I fast is I'm just doing it daily. So I fast for 18 hours and then I eat for 6. So it's not like really severe. For people that go on like 20-day fasts, 30-day fasts, that's where you have to be careful on how you break your fast. You got to eat something that's easily digestible, like a watermelon, because your stomach has been so inactive for so long that if you give it, like a complicated protein, like a steak or something, I don't think it can kill you. Maybe it can, but it's definitely not going to be pleasant. So for me, I'm eating daily. It's just I'm extending my fasting period between when I eat. So it's not like I have to, pretty much eat a watermelon only. But in a couple weeks from now, I do want to try like maybe a 3-day or a 7-day fast and see what happens. I've done enough research on the chemical process and how your hormones change throughout 7 days. I don't know anything past that. But around day 3 is really interesting. Your body starts producing, I forgot what, I want to say ketones, but I think ketones are produced when you're fast and generally. But it produces a fuel that's so much more efficient for the brain to use than regular carbohydrates and that get turned into sugars. And supposedly your brain works way better. So I want to see what that's like. I'm very curious. Because I haven't done a super long fast ever. I think the longest I've ever gone is maybe 24 hours. But definitely curious. 12 to 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 12 to 6. I'm not in any trades at the moment. I'm still waiting on BTC to either put in a lower low or come back above 41.6 for Ethereum. Hopefully we get a retest of the 25.75 region. And then for Sushi, I'm waiting for it to get back about $3.79. Right now, I'm out of the market. I'm just waiting on the next trade. Well, wasn't just derived from Ramadan. It's in so many different cultures around the world. Obviously, Ramadan's still one of the prevalent ones that actually adhere to it. Christians have a fast, but like Christians have bastardized it so much. Like whenever you go to a big church and you have I think they call it Lent, maybe. You know, you got like these grandmas that go, I'm going to fast from chocolate. That's not what a fast is. They go, I'm going to fast from red meat. No, you don't eat shit, Sally. It's a disguise, Doris. I looked into a couple of things to drink. So pickles, the pickle slices are like if you only eat like 1 or 2 of them, it's like less than a gram of carbs, and it's 0 calories. So it probably breaks your fast a little bit, but it only spikes your insulin like a little bit, so you can get back in the fasted state pretty easily. So if you have to have a snack, I think pickles are great. Bone broth, because of some of the amino acids in it, kind of fuck up the autophagy process that you get when you fast, which is the process of renewing protein, like eating old protein and then, you know, recycling it. And I am trying to make sure that I don't have like a lot of loose skin when I lose the weight. So autophagy is kind of what I'm targeting. So I would love to drink bone broth. Trust me, man. Like anything but water. I don't really like water, but I'm getting used to it. Also, like fasting, besides all like the physical benefits, it's a form of meditation. It really is. Meditation is focusing on an object or a process for an extended period of time. And inadvertently, when your stomach is empty, it does have this certain feeling to it. At first, it does kind of hurt because your stomach's empty, and it kind of brings you back to reality in a certain way because you constantly feel your body, and it's not like a pain where like you have prickling or anything like that. So it's not painful, but it's a gentle way of kind of keeping you rooted, if that makes any sense. Kind of like what running does. Running in a straight line, it's a process that you have to focus on. All right, and it kind of gets you out of your head a little bit. You can't really think stupid thoughts all day if you're focusing on your stomach because your stomach's kind of growling. It's a great thing, and I try to give enough research, accurate research to people, send them PDFs and stuff like that whenever I tell them about it, because other than that, like when they look up fasting or intermittent fasting, they just see like these fucking news articles that are absolutely horrid from like these men's or women's magazines that are stupid, and it makes it seem like a fad, but it's honestly one of the best things. If you like, obviously at first fasting does serve as like a good thing, because if you're not really good at changing your diet, you can change when you eat. That's easy. Well, easier. And eventually the end goal is you do want to change when you eat plus your diet. You need healthier food. So that's like obviously the end goal. It's a win-win situation. But it's kind of good to have that stepping stone. Whereas if you try to change your diet, obviously you're not working with your hormones, so you're not going to see much weight loss. Although you will feel better. I admit that. Like that's gonna happen either way if you eat better food. I'm not short, I'm not long, I'm just chilling, waiting for the next move. Like I said, I'm eyeing up longs, but we gotta wait for some of these things to get set right in order for me to enter them. I do multivitamins when I'm fasting, because obviously like my diet's not the best, so I do have to supplement a little bit. you know, most of the time I mostly eat protein and probably carbs. I really don't get much in terms of vitamins, I'll be honest. So multivitamins, I know they're not the best thing, but hey, it's the next best thing. Love you, bro, but I strongly disagree. Agree to disagree. I never said that fasting was starving yourself. Fasting, yeah, I didn't say that. Did I say that? I just said that when you're fasting, it kind of brings you deeper into reality because you can constantly feel your body working. I didn't say it was starvation. I talked about autophagy, I talked about ketones, human growth hormone goes up by 500%. Now, that's a misconception. So, the human growth hormone goes up by 500%, but it's not like you're building muscle in a fasted state. It's that when you have food come, like protein, come into the body after the fast, the human growth hormone is there, ready to take all that in and start building it into well, obviously it's not just muscle, it's also other bodily processes, but yeah, like when I say your stomach's hurting, I don't mean I don't mean that you're starving. I just meant that when your stomach's empty, you're gonna know it's empty. And it's not painful, it's just it brings you back into your body and keeps you out of your head. A man who thinks nothing but thoughts. I forgot the Alan Watt quote, but it's not good. That's such a shit statement that I just said. I'm so sorry. Alan Watts is one of my favorite people, so to misquote him or not even remember one of his quotes, I'm very sad about. A man who thinks nothing but thoughts. Fuck. That's one of my favorite quotes. Forget it. I'll remember it later. Hey, Kite, big fan. Really need your help to during exits. Please, can I have your view on how best to do this? I know you've stopped aiming for the 0.441. So, as far as I know, the 0.441 is still kind of the best target, personally. I am trying something different, just seeing maybe if I can get it to work and possibly come out with more profit. But if you're unsure, take hedges. New camera? No, same camera. I just set it up directly in front of me instead of off to the side. So that way when I'm looking at the charts, it's a easier glance to kind of make it so that I'm talking to you guys. Whereas over here, I'll be looking at the charts and it looks like I'm not engaging in the conversation. So I have to look over in order to give you eye contact. Thank you, my dude. A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts, so he loses touch with reality and lives in the world of illusions. Thank you. I love that quote so much. And that's what I was trying to get at. With fasting, it brings you back to reality because I'm not saying that you're starving and you're in pain, but you can feel that you have no food in your system. And it also, your norepinephrine goes up, triggering kind of like your fight or flight senses. So it kind of puts you in hunter-gatherer mode. So it keeps you in reality. It keeps you scanning your environment rather than scanning your face, scanning your head. So hedges, like I said, if you have a short setup and you take that setup, all right, let's say that you believe that the market is going to continue past the 0.441 and continue moving lower from that original setup, all right? But on the way down, you have a bullish setup. So you have two options. Like I said, neither or is right or wrong. It's based on what your opinion of the market is. Now, either or, they're safe, all right? So you take the position, and let's say that we do have a retracement to the upside. You are left with two options. Do you close the long position because your original thought process was that the market is going to continue moving past the 0.441? Or do you hold both positions and let them battle it out? All right, because if you take your profit here and then it turns back around and continues to move lower, like so, all right, then you made extra profit and your short is continuing to gain profit. Or you let them battle it out, and let's say you get stopped out of your long and it continues down. No harm, no foul. You were simply playing the process, and if it didn't work, it didn't work out. But then let's say that you got stopped out of your short and the long continued past that point. That's how hedges work. Those are the two different types. You can either take profit and continue with the original, or you can open up both and let them battle out and see which one wins. There's no right answer. I do think the market is going to dump a little bit further down. Like I said, on BTC, it does seem like that. Although there is a chance that this is turning into maybe a little bit of a head and shoulders. But if we're kind of following the US 100 here, I would like to see a little bit further lower low before coming back above this A point, which could mean that the rest of the market is going to dump as well. We would see possibly a retest or maybe even one more lower low on Ethereum, which would be good. And then we would see a lower low on BTC. And that would give me these entries down here rather than waiting for it to come all the way back up, which obviously is preferable because then you're not missing out on a whole bunch of price action. As for sushi, if we do put in lower low, like I said, I will take the chance, but I'm just being very cautious of it. $3.79 is a perfectly fine entry for sushi as long as you got like, a 2.5, 3% stop loss and you let it ride. We'll see what happens. But, all right, guys, it's been an hour. Hopefully you guys have great days. I'm feeling awesome, like I said. So, if I miss a couple days, usually it's because the market isn't really in a state of needs to be talked about. As always, you guys can message me anytime, at me on the Discord. Don't ever feel like you're bothering me. Usually, most of the times, if I'm not like around and chatting in the Discord, I'm usually doing something that doesn't require 100% of my attention. So if you guys at me, I get the notification, I'll answer. So I appreciate it, guys. And I will start saying goodbye now. I'm going to go order food, watch some TV, wait for the market to shape up. Also, if you guys like Joseph Salvat, his new album just came out. I'll play one of the songs on the outro. It might not be everybody's taste. It's more of like a poppy type music, but I've been listening to him for a very long time, and I do like him. So let's go. I'm going to add it to the playful. As always, any of the songs that I play from now on, either in the beginning or the end of the live stream. As we know, carbon-based life forms is always the midpoint, like when I'm on screen. But there's a link to the playlist in the description of the video. So I'm going to play Islands by Joseph Salvat. It's 5 minutes long, so that's usually what I like to target for the outros and the intros. Also, tomorrow, once again, we're doing the giveaway on Ryan Matta's stream. We're going to be on Ryan Matta's Shorts. So if you guys don't know, Ryan has 2 channels. He has Ryan Matta, and he has Ryan Matta, the Crypto Network Live, I think. So I'll post in the community tab of my YouTube a link to that stream once we get it started. We're giving away $200, $100 to 2 different winners every single Thursday. So just come show up for it, watch us, have a good time. Because I want that to be more of like, obviously it's crypto. We're always going to be talking about crypto. But I do want it to be like kind of like a shoot the shit stream where like it's not just about crypto. Obviously that's what my streams are anyways. But, you know, I kind of just want to, you know, turn into kind of like a podcast where we talk about anything, economics, crypto, life, love, happiness, Kellogg cereal, and the malicious attempts the man made to get rid of fun time, stuff like that. You know, we can have so much fun. So we'll be on there tomorrow around 7 p.m. EST. So like I said, if you guys hit the bell notification on the subscribe button, that way when I post on the community tab, it will give you a notification on your phone. But Carlos, see you, man. Trevor, thanks, God. Have a great day. You as well, man. Misa, see you tomorrow. Absolutely, man. Hopefully you win. Did you drop that surname? Could you drop that surname? What? I'm gonna give my surname. Let's see. I don't, for me, I'm UTC -5. If that helps at all. I don't know. So 1900 UTC -5. Or Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. If you go to your iPhone, you go to the world clock, you can always add Eastern Standard Time there. Alright guys, I'll see you on Ryan's stream tomorrow. See you guys on Friday. Hopefully the market's shaped up by then. Have some fun. There's plenty of good shows to watch now. I listed a couple. And yeah, we're going to keep on crack-a-lacking. Get this weight off and start feeling good. Like I said, I've already seen an incredible improvement. I had a couple big wake-up calls. First, it was my foot swelling up, and then it was my fingers starting to tingle. And I was really afraid of heart failure because I've had SVT ever since I was a kid. And my heart has always been like one of the big issues that possibly might take me down one day. So being 220 at 5'9", not a good idea. My resting heart rate was pretty much always at 100. So I haven't measured it since I've dropped pretty much the 20 pounds. So I should probably charge up my Apple Watch and see what it's sitting. But yeah, feeling good. So hope you guys have great days. I was going to say great weekends, but we're not quite there yet. It feels like it just because of the way the week's been going. It's been going so good. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and switch over. Let's do the thing. And I will see you shortly. All right, so I try to line it up so I look like I'm going for the Zack Snyder 4:3 ratio, which really confused me when I watched Justice League. I don't know why he did that. It's not appealing to me at all. Eventually I got used to it with the movie, but it just doesn't look good to me. And I don't know why he did that. He didn't do that in Watchmen. So why he do it in that one? So, all right, guys, enough talk. Let's do it. Bye.
There's only one destination, a place we all end up. But if that's all we got in common, I'm not sure if that's enough. And all my friends are getting married, some are in love, most just gave up. Buying houses, starting families, and I'm just picking up. Sliding in and out of touch, living too fast but not enough. And they say no man's an island that I think I am, lying under cocaine skies, watching as the years tick by. My mother says it's such a shame that I only got myself to blame. And still I'm sitting here just hoping that a ship will come a wreck all over me. But the way that things are going, I don't know how long that ship is gonna be. I think it's time to leave the city. There we go, running away again. The people here are far too pretty. Sure, I got a seat at the table, but I don't fit in. And just in case I forgot, y'all here to remind me that once again we're not the same at all. But the truth is, if you asked and I would go blindly, I'd fall. But I'm just sliding in and out of touch, living too hard but not enough. And they say no man's an island, but I think I am, lying under cocaine skies, watching as the years tick by. My mother says it's such a shame that I only got myself to blame. And still I'm sitting here just hoping that a ship will come and wreck all over me. But the way that things are going, I don't know how long that ship is gonna be. Oh, it will come eventually. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it now. No, it will come eventually. Don't worry about it, don't worry about. No, it will come eventually. Oh, ooh, don't worry about it. Yeah, they say no man's an island, but I think I am, lying under cocaine skies, watching as the years tick by. My mother says it's such a shame that I only got myself to blame. And still I'm sitting here just hoping that a ship will come and wreck all over me. But the way that things are going, I don't know how long that ship is gonna be. Oh, and someone will come and reassure me I'm exactly where I need to be. Eventually, eventually.